Hare Krishna. So Arjuna has got 3 questions. First, what are the symptoms of a person who has transcended the 3 modes of material nature? Second, what is the behavior? How is the behavior of such a person? And third, how did he transcend the 3 modes of material nature? So now Krishna is going to start answering these questions. So now we'll try to see the symptoms of the person and also some behaviors of such a person who has transcended the 3 modes of material nature in Shloka number 22 and 23. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Prakasham cha pravrittim cha Moham eva cha Pandava Na dveshti sampravartrani Na nivrittani kankshati Udasinavad asino Gunairyo na vichalayet Guna vartanta ityevam Yovatisthati ningate. Now here, in the first shloka, that is 22nd shloka, Krishna is speaking about the symptoms of the person. And in the next shloka, 23rd, is actually speaking about the behavior of the person who is transcendental to 3 modes of material nature. So what are the qualities of a person or symptoms of a person who has transcended 3 modes of material nature? Krishna says, O Pandava, O son of Pandu, Na dveshti. He is saying the one who does not hate what? Prakasham, illumination, pravrittim, attachment, and moham, delusion, when they are present, sampravartani. And na nivrittani kankshati, and also the one who does not long for them when they disappear. So this is the symptom of a person. Na shochati, na kankshati. This is what we can understand here. And then the behavior of the person is mentioned. What is the behavior? Here it is said, Gunair yaha na vichalayate. So a person who is unwavering, who is undisturbed in what? Even when he is going through all these reactions of material qualities. Undisturbed through all these reactions of material qualities. And udasinavad asinaha, he is neutral. He is neutral. And yaha avatisthati na ingate, he is transcendental. He is not disturbed. And one more important thing is given, guna vartanta iti evam, knowing that he is completely in knowledge. He knows that the modes alone are active. Only the modes are acting. So in this way, Krishna has spoken about the symptoms in 1 verse, and Krishna is going to speak about the behavior in 3 verses, out of which 1 we are discussing now. So here it is said that Krishna first indicates that a person transcendently situated has no envy and does not hanker for anything. See, when it comes to 3 modes of material nature, when a person is in 3 modes of material nature, then he will have all these symptoms. What are the symptoms? He'll start envying other living entity. When he's in passion, he'll start envying other living entity. He wants to pull people down and so on and so forth. So this is a combination of passion and ignorance. And he'll keep hankering for more and more and more. So we have seen in our previous videos that the quality or the result of being passionate or being in the mode of passion is the person will have unlimited desires. He'll be greedy, he'll be longing for various things. So the person who has crossed or surpassed 3 modes of material nature, what is the symptom? He will never lament, as it is said here. Basically, he will not be envious of people who possess something which he does not have, and at the same time, he will not be longing or hankering for various things which he does not have. Here it is said that when a living entity stays in this material world embodied by the material body, it is to be understood that he is under the control of one of the 3 modes of material nature. When he is actually out of body, then he is out of the clutches of material modes of nature. But as long as he is not out of the material body, he should be neutral. This is now the behavior of the person. See, till the point we have this body, which is made up of the 24 elements of material nature, starting with the Pancha Mahabhuta, earth, water, fire, air, ether, and going up to the subtler ones like mind, intelligence, false ego. Now we have to understand one thing, that when we are there in this body made up of the 24 elements of material nature, we will be affected very badly by the three modes of material nature. We will be pulled by passion, we will be pulled by ignorance, we will be pulled by mode of goodness. So we will be pulled. A lot of disturbance might get created. But then still, a person who is elevated in his consciousness, he remains neutral. He remains neutral, whatever it is. He doesn't react. He doesn't react to any situation that is created by the three modes of material nature. So this word is used, udasinavat asinaha, neutral. And he should engage himself in the devotional service of the Lord so that his identity within the material body will automatically be forgotten. When one is conscious of the material body, he acts only for sense gratification. But when one transfers the consciousness to Krishna, sense gratification automatically stops. Here is the solution. Why three modes of material nature are acting on us? Because we are convinced that I am this body. There's so much of importance that we give to this body that three modes of material nature are acting. Because see, one thing we have to understand is three modes of material nature can act only on the body. It cannot act on the soul. Why? Because three modes of material nature are material. They are not spiritual. And soul is spiritual. So material cannot act on spiritual. But now the problem is the spirit soul has completely recognized itself with the material body. It is convinced that I am this body. And so anything happens to the body, all that suffering, the spirit soul goes through. So a person is advanced, elevated. So he understands that I am not this body, I am spirit soul. And he is not centered around his body. So what does he do? Now he transfers his bodily consciousness. So whenever a person is in the bodily consciousness, all the time he'll do is think about sense gratification. So instead of that, he transfers his consciousness in devotional service to Lord Sri Krishna. See, consciousness is there. Now it depends. Now should we pollute it by doing sense gratification, or should we purify it by doing devotional service? It's the free will of the living entity. The living entity has to decide. So such a person who wants to elevate himself, transcend the three modes of material nature. So what he does? He engages himself in service of Krishna, and his full consciousness is completely immersed in Krishna consciousness. And by this, it is said that the sense gratification automatically stops. So a person who is beyond three modes of material nature will not do sense gratification. And here it is said, one does not need this material body and he does not need to accept the dictations of the material body. The qualities of the material modes in the body will act, but as spirit soul, the self is aloof from such activities. How does he become aloof? He does not desire to enjoy the body, nor does he desire to get out of it. Thus, transcendently situated, the devotee becomes automatically free. He need not try to become free from the influence of the modes of material nature. So here is a very nice point that is made, that one does not need this material body. This is what is the understanding. Many times people feel, oh, I am a spirit soul, but I am in need of this body. No, we don't need this material body. We have accepted this material body to do sense gratification. But soul is independent. Soul is spirit, and it cannot depend on matter for its needs. Spirit soul is completely satisfied. It does not need anything. So once the person realizes, comes to that transcendental platform, he realizes, no, I don't need this material body. And he does not accept the dictations of the material body. So now no more he is the slave of this body. Now he is independent, he has transcended. And that is the reason three modes of material nature will not act on him. Soul will remain aloof. And here it is said that how he remains aloof? Because now he is not desiring for sense gratification. See, when he desires for sense gratification, At that time, Paramatma will sanction and the three modes of material nature will act to fulfill his desires. Now he is not desiring only for sense gratification, then where is the question of three modes of material nature acting on him? So this is a very important point that is made here, that influence of three modes of material nature will remain till the point the person is doing sense gratification. So as soon as we start doing devotional service, as soon as we immerse ourselves in doing devotional service, what happens? The person becomes free from three modes of material nature. So we have to analyze in our day how much time are we investing in Krishna consciousness and how much time are we wasting in doing sense gratification. Because Krishna consciousness will take us closer to Krishna, sense gratification will take us away from Krishna. So going away from Krishna is just waste of time and nothing else, because the goal is to attain Krishna and life is very short, and in that where is time for time waste? So there's a very, very important point that is made here. The person who is free from three modes of material nature, he'll be always immersed in Krishna consciousness. And the people who are interested to become free from three modes of material nature, they try their best to immerse themselves in Krishna consciousness. So having spoken about the behavior of the person in one verse, now Krishna is going to continue speaking about the behavior of the person who has transcended the modes of material nature in the next two verses also. So let's see that in the next video. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.